Panel members, you are also my panel members right here. I have 3 panel members right here. I'll start with Seema ji. She met me here and she has done a wonderful job as 2 decades as a principal and more than 2 decades. She doesn't look like that, sorry for that. But with her kind of experience and knowledge, what she brings in here, and she was sharing offline with me, ex-DPS principal, currently that school is known by the name of Dharav Public School. How are you doing ILE, integrated learning environment, in your school or in your previous schools where you were principal? And is it beneficial? Should we do it, or just as a modern face or fashion, we need to implement it?
Well, absolutely, extremely essential that we bring that to our schools, because it is no modern term. Actually, we've been doing this since ages. When people went to ashrams to learn, it was experiential learning, it was immersive learning that was happening there. And the same thing is happening now. With the changes in the education scenario in India, all of these terms are being used, and we are making a space for experiential learning and immersive learning and integrated learning to come into the curriculum. It was only during that time when we were under the British rule, which I feel where the entire focus was only on, learning, rote learning, and producing it back on paper, just to not to be educated, actually, just to be able to reproduce or take notes or do things like that, right? But if you genuinely ask me, learning cannot happen without experience. And as far as integrated learning is concerned, like some of my colleagues were sharing, that it is about subjects coming together. Yes, it is about subjects coming together, but it is also a lot about a child and a teacher involved deeply in the learning process. So it could be a project, it could be a debate, it could be a dance. Anything and everything is integrated learning according to me.
So in integrated learning environment, are you using technology currently, or it's all purely, taking them in the field, or without technology you are trying to implement ILE?
We cannot separate technology from the school system today or from any other system, whether it's the work culture or the school's. Technology is an integral part of human beings, right? And especially the children, the Gen X, which is there, right? So we are using technology in every possible way, but yes, we do not focus our lessons completely because, okay, so, we are a new school, we have to use technology in everything that we do. No, it depends on what are we trying to teach. Let's say it's a simple task which we can teach them without technology, we go for that. If we feel there is a need for technology, we definitely bring in technology. So all our classrooms are definitely equipped well with technology, but the usage depends on what is the topic that we are covering in that particular day, in that particular class.
Okay, fair enough. There's this very leading schools, you might have seen the news also in channels or in newspaper. They're using robots to teach students. Have any one of you seen that clips? This is a Bangalore-based school, and I come from Bangalore, so I am naming that school. Actually, the trustees are the friends of mine also. That's why using robots for teaching. Actually, there's live robots going in the class. The teacher is there, and the robot is teaching. This is an integrated learning. The name of the school is the Indus International School. It's a Bangalore, top-renowned schools, top-rated residential international schools in India. Will it work? Are we planning to replace something here?
Well, right now, my heart says might not. I don't know what the future holds, but I feel that robots cannot replace teachers, because that personal connect in developing a child, in developing a lot of other things, which is like empathy that someone in the morning mentioned, which is an essential skill today for any human being, and a collaboration and other things where a human touch is required, which I don't know whether the robots are equipped with or not, really don't know.
Okay, currently I asked the same question from them also, and the principal was there in the meeting with us. He shared we are using it in an integrated way. The robots are there and the teacher is also there. And so that empathy and connect is still there, and they are never going to give the complete control of teaching to Alexa anytime in near future, or the robot in future. So I'll come to you. You are doing some work specifically in rural areas, this thing, you have probably 4,000 plus students.
Yes, sir.
It's a huge scale, and you are probably, आप पूरे राजस्थान में present हैं इस समय?
Actually, I am come from Nagaur.
नागौर से
And
हैं,
our
हाँ.
school change in the Nagaur's rural area.
सारे के सारे छात्र अपने नागौर क्षेत्र से ही
Yes,
हैं
sir,
या
yes.
आसपास के क्षेत्रों से भी आते
Only
हैं?
Nagaur.
केवल नागौर से ही 4,000 बच्चे हैं.
जी.
अच्छा, बहुत अद्भुत है. आज तो
4,000 plus.
4,000 प्लस.
Yes.
वहाँ पे आप क्या टेक्नोलॉजी को किस तरह से उपयोग में लाते हैं?
To be very honest, we are not much in technology. And I personally believe that there are a lot of difference between, as you ask from ma'am about the robot and the teachers. A robot never replace a physical teacher because of emotions, because of ethics. A robot can't teach a student ethics. Ethical education is the most important aspect in these days, and especially in this new normal. After the COVID and all of children's all around the mobiles every time, they don't know about the ethics. And sorry to say, but lots of our teachers don't know about ethical education. The ethical education is most important aspect from my view, because if a person who don't know about ethics and emotional intelligence, we talk about from the morning artificial intelligence a lot, but the mental health of a children is most important thing in today's time. And some days before we know about the quotas incident. There are these kind of incidents in every month, every years. We have to control these things, and the only way I personally think, is the ethics. What we taught to the children's. Look, for example, as a maths teacher, I teach students about sin theta, cos theta, x square, y square. Is not important. What I taught about the life, what I taught about the emotions, that's the very important, because
इथिक्स को हम टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करके, विद्या के 3 स्तर हैं, विद्या, सद्विद्या, ब्रह्म विद्या. आप दूसरे स्तर पे सद्विद्या इथिक्स के बारे में बात करें. हम सद्विद्या इथिक्स को क्या टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके सिखा सकते हैं बच्चों को?
we can do anything by using the technology. But what is the ethics? We communicate from one to other person, and from the technology, there are a barricade. We can't think about, and we can't get to know about what's in the person's mind. If we sitting here, you are absolutely here to talk to me, but on the online platform, it's not necessary, because mentally you are here or not. That's the difference always have.
हम ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं कि ऑगमेंट रियलिटी को काम में लें और बच्चों को एक्चुअली गुरुकुल एनवायरनमेंट शो करें और उनको वहाँ पे वो देखें, विजुलाइज करें, बैठें और एथिक्स और सद्विद्या को सीखें इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट में?
Can you repeat?
इन इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट में हम बच्चों को वो AR के जो गॉगल्स आते हैं उनको यूज़ करें और बच्चे उसमें महसूस करें कि वो गुरुकुल में बैठे हैं, एक ऋषि के सामने, शिक्षक के सामने, और उससे वो सीख रहे हैं वही सद्विद्या और एथिक्स. तो ILE वहाँ भी यूज़ हो सकता है इस तरह से कुछ?
यूज हो सकता है, बट टेक्नोलॉजी नेवर मेस द पावर ऑफ रियलिटी. टेक्नोलॉजी इज टेक्नोलॉजी, एज आई थिंक, एंड रियलिटी इज ए रियलिटी. I am such not a big fan of technology, because I believe in personal things, face-to-face interactions, emotional interactions.
डन. मैं आपके पास वापस आता हूँ.
Sure.
सर, आपको पहले मैं माइक देता हूँ. शेयर योर एक्सपीरियंसेस लाइफ के, कि आपने कैसे, यू वर शेयरिंग समथिंग. आप ऑन था, पहले भी ऑन था. टेस्ट कीजिए.
Hello.
हाँ.
Thank you, sir. My name is Mukesh Kumar Morya, coming from very small town, which is 150 kilometer far away from Kota. And I can say it is a border area of the Rajasthan. And firstly, I would like to thank to Mr. Chandan sir. They called us and they called to come here. They called to me and invited me to come here. So it's a really very proud moment for me. Now I come to the point. As sir has asked me the question, sir,
मुकेश जी, आप अपने स्कूल में बरान के अंदर छोटे से गांव में कैसे आप आईएलई इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट या टेक्नोलॉजी का क्या यूज़ कर रहे हैं अपने बच्चों के साथ और क्या फ़ायदा हो रहा है उससे?
सर हमने हमारे स्कूल में पूरे स्कूल में स्मार्ट टीवी टैब बच्चों को इमर्सिव लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस के लिए इक्विप कराए हैं और कंटेंट हमने हमारे स्कूल्स के टीचर से ही इस तरीके से तैयार करवाया है हमारे यहाँ की स्टूडेंट्स के आईक्यू के अकॉर्डिंग कि हमारे टीचर्स को ये मालूम है कि हमारे बच्चों को किस तरीके से हमें पढ़ाना है, तो इस तरीके से कंटेंट उन्होंने तैयार किया है जिससे हमारे बच्चे बहुत अच्छी तरीके से प्रैक्टिकली विजुअली उन चीज़ों को एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं। साइंस के टॉपिक हो, मैथमेटिक्स हो और कोई सा भी टॉपिक हो, उन्हें इस तरीके से विजुअलाइज बच्चों को कराया जा रहा है ताकि फॉरएवर उनके ब्रेन में वो चीज़ें रहें। टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज आज के समय में बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। जब हम बात करते हैं एक तरफ कि हमारे बच्चे मिसयूज कर रहे हैं, यह कटु सत्य है, लेकिन इसके साथ के साथ यह भी वास्तव में सत्य है कि हमें टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग हमारे बच्चों को टेक्नोलॉजी से स्कूल्स में प्रोवाइड होने वाली एजुकेशन दी जा सकती है और उनका बच्चे अच्छे तरीके से बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं। तो इसका काफ़ी असर हमारे बच्चों की लर्निंग में हुआ है और बहुत अच्छे तरीके से हम इसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं। जी सर।
उसकी कुछ आउटपुट पेरेंट्स के फीडबैक कि आप लोग जो कर रहे हैं या
पेरेंट्स के फीडबैक ये हैं सर, जैसे कोई भी प्रैक्टिकल बच्चे ने देखा या विजुलाइज किया तो जब बच्चा घर पर उसको मेमोराइज करता है अपने अनुसार उसको पिक्चराइजेशन करके वो जब लर्न करने की कोशिश करता है तो पेरेंट्स को लगता है कि बच्चा कुछ सीख रहा है।
तो उससे आपको कुछ परसेंटेज में कुछ आपने कुछ ट्रैक किया कि परसेंटेजेस बेटर हुए हैं बच्चों के एकेडमिक परफॉर्मेंसेस?
बिल्कुल, एकेडमिक परफॉर्मेंस, बच्चों के लर्निंग परफॉर्मेंस, बच्चों का मेमोरी जो उनका याद रखने की जो कैपेबिलिटी है इम्प्रूव्ड हुआ है काफ़ी।
परफेक्ट है। इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट के बारे में आई वाज हियरिंग सीमा मैम आल्सो, शी वाज शेयरिंग सम ऑफ द लाइव एग्जांपल्स फ्रॉम हर ओन स्कूल्स. I know that example already. I would request Seema ma'am to share those again because those were wonderful, things which you have implemented. I'm planning to copy that for my own set of schools also. Please, you share that with the audience.
Thank you so much for appreciating what we are doing. So yes, I was sharing, we were discussing and I just was telling him about the Jaipur History Festival which is going on in the City Palace right now. The students from my school are a part of that. And when the topic was given to us, it is FUD. It's an art form of Rajasthan. So the children were like, okay, ma'am, I asked them, okay, what is FUD? So they were like, we've heard of this term, but we don't know what it is. I said, okay, now we have a project to do, and you will be representing this in the History Festival in Jaipur. They were very excited, they got together. So the first task was given that, okay, you do a lot of research, all right? So of course, technology was used there. They did the research, they came back. Then collaboration came into action where they all got together to put together that piece which was exhibited there. It was a story, the story of Gautam Buddha's life in the form of a painting. And the challenge was to not use anything in writing there, just depict it through pictures only, right? So they did that, and then they were supposed to create a song around it, right? And a song, so we thought of an idea that instead of just, doing it in Hindi, let's do it in a mixed way, because the children get excited about what is happening today. So we brought in a little bit of rap there to narrate the entire story. And that also captivated the audience, because the audience was children from across schools, from schools across India. So when they heard this child on day one, they were so happy, and because they started singing the same rap song, and that is how they know the story of Gautam Buddha's life, and also they understand what FERD is exactly about. So it's subject integration, history, a lot of other things which have come together, technology, and the skills that we keep talking about, communication, collaboration, and all of those things.
That's great. This is one thing. Now, this is one incident where we have implemented ILE. Some of you would have also implemented ILE in some of the cases and incidents. I'm assuming all of us are principals and school owners here, then, or ex-teachers, not the current teacher. How do we get the lesson plans ready from the teachers on ILE? It's a complex thing. This is one thing which will involve cross-subject knowledge, or interaction with other subject matter experts. Like in organization, we interact with HR team and the technology team, and then we come up with a structure. Here a teacher might need to interact with multiple folds of today, getting an experienced, qualified, trained teachers, and then training them further on our types of lesson plan itself is a mammoth task as principals for you. And then you might face some attritions or from the teacher side, moment they start coming up. Implementing ILE in such an environment becomes a humongously challenging task right here. It's not an easy thing. Specifically for the principals of this coming decade, it will be a huge mammoth task, because all the stakeholders are looking towards you, and I don't know how many of them are supporting you, but at least all of them are looking towards you, whether these are parents or students or management, and they want that things like ILE or experimental learning should get implemented in the best possible way. Some of the vendors, technology vendors, can come and assist us into this part, but ultimately we need to train our own set of people to go ahead and develop this kind of ILE environment, specifically with the implementation of National Education Policy, where we are talking about skill set development. A skill is not singular in nature. It's a multifaceted plethora of collection of various set of activities and knowledge. Of various subjects right here. It could be physics and maths, or it could be music and maths at the same time. Both understand notes and so the challenge comes here. How do we systematically, in a very organized way, implement ILE? One thing which is good part about all of us is we understand very clearly ILE is not only technology. Technology is just a supporter of this thing. You want to add something, ma'am? Okay, okay, ILE is not only technology. It's not that, we are going and we pick up a vendor and we say, okay, here we have AR, VR, AI, MI, and there are a lot of, two alphabet numbers which are existing in the market, and we say we are doing integrated learning environment. It's going to be a huge lot different from all that. I think I'll thank all my panel members. We have a far much more smaller panel right here. Thank you, Chandan sir, for inviting us, all of us, to speak on the topic of ILE. Thank you to the patient audience, and thank you for participating enthusiastically in this discussion. Because of you, my panel became bigger and far much more better. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
For an amazing session, would request all of you to kindly stay back. Would request Mr. Chandan to kindly be on stage. So we were not expecting it to finish so soon. Mr. Chandan should be just outside. He's there.